Drive on, mama, buckle up. Andre TV here, coming to you on a Sunday night. Time is currently 9:11 p.m. We are just getting started for the evening. We have our first order on Uber Eats. $11.92, going 2.8 miles. We are going to Leah's restaurant. Let's go.
Okay, we have arrived, and I just had my first request for the customer to ask me to stop and buy them cigarettes, and they'll give me the money. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. But look at this. This is beautiful, right?
That order is now dropped off, but tell me, would you do that, or have you done that? Let me know in the comments below. Has a customer asked you to stop and get something else? They said they'd give you the money when you got there, and did you do it? And how did it turn out? Did you get that money? I'm interested. But we have our next order on Uber Eats, $15.47, going 2.7 miles. We're going to the restaurant's name I can't pronounce, but it's pasta and it's expensive. It's Florina.
And we have arrived. You really can't see because it's nighttime and the light behind it, but it's spelled S like Sam, F like Frank, O-G-L-I-N-A. Foglina? I don't know, but the pasta must be good. People love it. Which pasta are you? Let's go. And they give you their own bag to take home. Fabio at home. Look at this. Fancy. Let's go. That order was dropped off smoothly. We have our next $11.74, 1.4 miles. My first shopping pay on Uber Eats.
Okay, that order's dropped off. Of course, the one item they needed was not in stock. They wanted a Nair bikini wax with, I believe it was coconut oil, but they only had the Nair bikini wax with green tea, moisturizing green tea. So I replaced it. It was only one item. I don't know how it would work if the customer did want to reject my substitution, because essentially once I swapped it out, there was no other options. The rest was just wax strips. So I purchased it and left the store. She was right across the street, and we dropped it off, but then the app froze. I took the picture. No, I got an Instacart while I was taking the picture, and it froze the app. So I had to turn it off, then turn it back on to take the picture. She probably was standing at the door because she had to buzz me in. It's like, what is taking so long? Yeah, my app froze. But we have our next order on Instacart. $12, getting one item and delivering it 0.1 miles from the store. We're going to a different CVS further down on Wisconsin Avenue, and they're just getting their doggy a box of bacon strips. Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. And wouldn't you know it, I'm 2 blocks from the store and the customer canceled. So we do not have that Instacart batch happening. And that CVS is on the same block of Wingo's. We're gonna go sit there and hope for a Doordash Wingo's or Uber Eats Angelico's, which is across the street. We're still going. I think that's the Instacart shopper that canceled. They have a puppy on a leash, and he just came out of CVS with a bag, and he's walking somewhere. He didn't have a car. Am I crazy or what? Okay, we have our next order on Uber Eats. It is Wingo's Liquor. So we're going to be getting alcohol from Wingo's instead of food. 2.2 miles for $13.78. It is super slow and nothing else is coming in. I don't like doing alcohol deliveries, but we're going to do it because I feel very safe in the neighborhood I'm bringing it to. Now, I've been sitting on the corner of CVS, which Wingo's is the next store down, and I got one chime on Doordash for Wingo's. It was for $14.25 for 10.3 miles, which I declined. I go in there to get the Wingo's Liquor. There's at least 6 orders waiting to be picked up. Doordash sent me 0 of them other than that 10-mile one. I am definitely on their naughty list. Okay, I may be out for a very long time tonight. I don't know if it's the holiday or what, but one of the customers I had on Uber Eats tipped, or hidden tip, whatever you want to call it, went from $15.47 up to $37.77. And the surges are crazy. That order that I just took right now for the 13 and change, $10.19 was surge and base pay. The customer only tipped $3.50 for her to bring me, for me to bring her the bottle of wine. So if the surges are going to keep up like this, we are going to ride this pony. Let's go.
Okay, now I was in McDonald's for a bathroom break and a diet soda, and they sent me an order for $11.78 going 1.7 miles. Then I hit accept, and it says, oops, something went wrong. The order immediate after, right away, was 12 and change. I didn't see the mileage because before I could see the mileage, it said, oops, something went wrong a second time, and it went away. I'm not Uber Eats' favorite person either. This happens when a surge is on and they want you to take, they want me to take the orders that are furthest away because I'm at like 5% acceptance rate on Uber Eats. So they're gonna save that $7.50 surge that's still sitting on my account for one that I wouldn't want to take, trying to send me to Arlington or something like that. But anyway, we have our next two orders. We received an Instacart for $12, shopping for 4 items for taking in 1.1 miles. But before we could pull off, we received a McDonald's Doordash $9.25 for 1.5. So we're going to do that first, then do the Instacart. So we are back at the same CVS that we started with the Uber shop and pay, but this one's on Instacart. We're going to get some drinks and some chips. Let's go. Okay, right before we went into CVS, we accepted a Doordash $10.25 for 2.5 miles. We are going to pick it up before we deliver the Instacart. It's in the car, and we are 4 minutes from the Instacart drop-off. Let's go. Okay, we are back in front of our Mickey D's. That Instacart drop-off was at a very large home that had the drive up, half circle, drive out type of effect. And right before I got to their house, I saw a fox walking onto their property. And I said, I hope that's not my house I have to go into. And it was. And I cannot find my flashlight. So I was sitting in front of their house. I can see their ring light bright because I pulled up and alerted it. And I am rummaging through my bag because even though I'm now right in front of their house, I don't want to get out the car and walk to the door because where did that fox go? So after about 30 seconds of searching, I said what I'm going to do is not close the door all the way so I can still see the light coming from the car. And I dropped off their order. Now we have an $8.48 for 2.2 miles, McDonald's, going into Bethesda and then coming back. Hopefully we'll get a Doordash going the same way. If not, we'll be back there. Okay, we have the McDonald's in the car, but we received a Doordash $9.75, 0.7 miles going to Surfside. So we did a U-E. We're going to get this Surfside, drop it off on this same street, but half a mile back the way we just came from. Then we'll continue on to Bethesda. Let's go. Hopefully it's ready. Okay, all orders dropped off. No hidden tips. Next order, boiled baked wings, which is a ghost kitchen for Pizza Boli's, $6.79 for 1.2 miles. Let's go. Okay, order dropped off. It is now 1:30 a.m. and we have our next order on Uber Eats, $16.46 for a total of 3.9 miles, and we're off. And we have arrived. Let's go get it. Okay, while we were in Wawa, we received a Doordash, $10 for 2 miles, picking up at McDonald's, and the customer is on the way to the Uber Eats, and we took it. We're going. Okay, both orders dropped off. We're back at our favorite spot, $11.15, going 3 miles in total on Uber Eats. Okay, we have that order dropped off, and what's funny, that is the same customer that I delivered to earlier in the week. I believe it was like on Thursday. And I had a second order in the car with me. It was a McDonald's on Doordash, and the customer was literally like 4 blocks off of this main street, Wisconsin. And his first night, and he said he was coming from Australia, and he was hungry, and he was just waiting to go to bed. It literally was 1 minute difference between me coming straight to him and me stopping off at the other customer's home. So he had a little attitude on the phone, but then when I saw him at the location, he was fine and said, thank you so much, I appreciate you. And tonight he came down off the elevator, and I'm sure he recognized my face again, but it was all pleasant tonight.
Didn't have another order. Actually had to wait for him a couple of minutes to come down, but it's all good, and we're on our way back to McDonald's. We accepted an $8.25 for 1.4 miles when we were almost to the location of the drop-off. So they're going to be very close to McDonald's. And if we don't get another Uber Eats after that, because right now only McDonald's is open. Pizza Boli's is closed, and they usually stay open till 4 o'clock. Well, I guess that may only be on the weekend. I keep forgetting it's Sunday night. So if we don't get another one, then this will be our last for the evening. All right, we are still on our way, and we have our last order for the night. McDonald's also, on Uber Eats, $20.46 to go a total of 3 miles. Only thing I'm a little worried about, the cross streets are very similar to the earlier house in the night where the fox was going into the person's property, and that's where I had to deliver, and I still cannot find my flashlight. So I'm hoping it's not there, but $20 for 3 miles, yes, we're going. Okay, time is now 3:36 a.m. Both orders dropped off, and we are on our way home. So we worked for about 6.5 hours. We took our first order at 9:11, and we're ending at 3:36. And the evergreen content for today: what is surge on Uber Eats? What is a surge if you drive for Uber Eats? It also may be known as hidden trip supplement when you look at the details. A surge is when they do not have enough drivers to meet the requirements for driving people and or food. So to encourage drivers to come out, they offer additional pay. Surges range from $1 all the way up to, you name it. During snowstorms and things of that nature, I've seen $15 in my market. And the surge area is usually a very congested area from what I can see, at least in my market. So in my market, the DC area where the hotels are, the Capitol, most nights, even during weeknights, you're going to find a surge going on, even if it's a small one, where a lot of people are living / visiting / up awake and get hungry. That is where the surge areas will be. Now, with the surge, you get that dollar amount on top of the base pay. So in my market, the base pay is $2. So if it's a surge going on of $8.75, instead of that order being $2 plus tip, it'll be $10.75 plus tip. So that is how the surge works. And the dollar amounts can range. You may see on the map before you get there, oh, they're offering a $7.75 surge. But then when you drive to that area and your blue triangle is showing you're there, you're only seeing a $5 surge on your phone. So it does vary and change as the number of drivers increase in that area, and the map doesn't always match exactly what you're going to see on your phone. So that is a surge in Uber Eats. When I first started, I was not going to the areas where there were surges because I didn't want to go out of my neighborhood. That costs money. To stay in your neighborhood, if you don't live in a surge area, that's going to cost you money in the long run. So if you're doing this to make money, you may want to consider, at least on the weekends, Friday and Saturday, to drive in a surge area and get that money, honey. I'll come back with the totals in this.
It's over. Relax. Sit back. The shift is 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 over. Relax, sit back. The shift is over. Relax, sit back. The shift is over. Relax.